Good evening, gentlemen. We went over all the rules in the locker room. Let's touch gloves and have a good fight. Go ahead.
Millett says his plan is to get there first with the most. Gatti says he's no longer happy to just have a recognition as a tough fighter who loses. Somebody's got to give.
And if ever there were an opportunity for Arturo Gatti to reestablish his boxing skills, this should be it. Because Millett doesn't jab all that much. His game is simply to step inside and get in position to fire power shots. So Arturo could seize the style initiative if he stays away in boxes. We'll see.
One thing about Gatti, he's got power. You can't practice that. You can't put it on the stool. You either have it or you don't. Millett is an athlete, which means he sees punches before they happen. He can get out of the way.
Hard right hand shot by Gatti lands flush. You saw Millett with a power shot earlier.
Millett is a good fighter, but he doesn't have the great delivery of a straight right hand and left hook and all of that. Everything he does is athletically. He just gets it done.
That's a good point, George. Doesn't jab his way inside. He tends to get in there with footwork, tenacity, kind of a scratch and sniff fighter, but his athletic talent has given him a chance to get away with it.
It's athletic talent. That's what he has tonight.
Well, he had good enough athletic talent to beat Vince Phillips, who was then the recognized junior welterweight champion. So he brings some credentials to the game.
Oh, he's not going to keep those credentials long as if he allowed Gatti to hit him in the stomach.
Yeah, and one thing that's evident is that Gatti is quicker with his punches. He's beating him to the punch.
Gatti landed twice downstairs. Millett countered upstairs and landed another right hand flush.
Millett just seems to be out of the way at the right time. Gatti is moving around. He's not being so aggressive.
Well, he's going to have to move more, George. There's a CompuBox number that's startling. It shows that in his fights against good opponents, the last 5 fights, Arturo Gatti has been hit by 60% of his opponent's power punches. He's hard to miss at short range. No head movement at all. Tonight, a little bit more side to side, at least so far.
Millett is already starting to absorb some power by Gatti. He shouldn't do that. You don't want to be hit early and absorbing that kind of punishment. You're going to box.
Hard right hand by Millett. And you heard George talk about Gatti's punching power. The money punch there is his big left hook.
Millett has got to understand if he's going to win this, it's not going to be trading power shots.
5 seconds, fellas.
Round 1 comes to a close, a round in which Arturo Gatti made good on his promise to try to box more than has been the case in the past.
No, baby, no. You straight. Beautiful. Keep doing that with the jab. Keep circling to your right. How you feeling?
Good. Beautiful. Just
Okay, that's okay. You're doing beautiful. See how the right hand's working? Keep circling to your right. Okay?
So what the hell are you doing? Then relax yourself and do what the hell you're supposed to do. Suck up.
Gatti too quick with the right hand for Millett. Gatti, of course, is a notorious bleeder, but he says he's decided that the best way to avoid bleeding is to not be hit as much. Sounds like the right plan, George.
CompuBox numbers in round 1. Gatti 25 out of 62. Millett 14 out of 55. Most notably, Gatti threw 32 jabs, landed 10 of them. Referee Jim Santa warning Millett not to hold and hit.
Millett has found the wrong fight to fight tonight. You got to hit and move out of the way and make Gatti start to go back and revert to his old habits.
Yeah, you could hear that Millett's father and trainer, Marvin Millett, was not happy between rounds. Basically saying, why didn't you go in and do what you said you were going to do?
When a fighter is trying to box, you move around and make him decide, look, I'm a fighter, that's what I am. And that's what Millett is not doing.
You heard Arturo Gatti's new trainer, Buddy McGirt, urging him to keep jabbing and keep moving to his right. Circling to his right, apparently to stay away from Millett's right hand. McGirt has apparently made the deduction that Millett's more dangerous from the right side than the left.
There's those athletic moves I was telling you about.
There's a good short right hand by Millett. Yep.
Always a little bit out of the way, like an athlete.
Looks as though the left eye of Gatti is beginning to puff.
Gatti's in charge now. He's got the power punches in the body. 2 rounds of body shots. Left jab. He's in control.
And a left hook to the body sets up a big left hook upstairs there by Arturo Gatti. And a right uppercut lands flush. Terron Millett taking a lot of power shots here in the middle stages of round 2. Another left hook to the body lands deep. And again the uppercut follows, and Millett is in trouble as he backs up to the ropes.
I think he didn't understand the power that Gatti had. Someone didn't tell him.
Now Millett lands a big left hook that backs Gatti up.
Millett is showing the same kind of ability to bounce back that we've expected from Gatti. He took some serious punishment in the middle of the round and came back and landed an excellent combination on Gatti.
But this is the kind of fight that Gatti needs. I mean, he wants you to mix it up with him, letting him rest, come back, let him get his power back.
5 seconds, fellas. 3 seconds.
Millett is not fighting a smart fight at all.
2 seconds.
Next Saturday night, and we are so excited about this. 2 of the best in the business put their respective undisputed titles on the line. Special doubleheader next Saturday night featuring Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins in separate fights from 2 locations. First, from Reading, Pennsylvania, Hopkins puts the undisputed middleweight championship on the line against Carl Daniels. Then from Miami, Roy Jones faces off with Glenn Kelly for the 175-pound titles. That's next Saturday night. Jones and Hopkins in 2 big title bouts from 2 different locations. HBO, the heart and soul of boxing. And the net result of that, Larry Merchant, is that in 8 days here on HBO, you get to see the 3 fighters generally regarded by pound-for-pound rankings as the top 3 fighters in the sport: Mosley, Hopkins, and Jones.
I couldn't have said it better, Jim.
Incidentally, what's your ranking these days?
I've got Mosley, Hopkins, and Jones.
In that order?
In that order. Hopkins based on his winning streak and his great victory over Felix Trinidad.
Now Millett is starting to use his left jab a little bit. Think. Whenever you see a boxer using his left jab, that means he's thinking. Just throwing rights and left means he's fighting.
Incidentally, the Ring Magazine, Bible of the Sport, concurs with Larry Merchant on the pound-for-pound rankings. 1 Mosley, 2 Hopkins, 3 Jones at this moment.
Oh, that uppercut by Gatti just missed. Good body, right hand to the body. Those are the kind of shots that take away your power if the fight goes beyond 7 or 8 rounds.
And that's one
Gatti
big
is
difference.
putting those kind of shots in.
One big difference in the 2 fighters, George. Gatti remembers to go to the body frequently. Millett almost never goes to the body.
He's a headhunter.
Yep.
He's not looking anywhere but he got his head.
mixed in a right hand to the body there, but by and large, Millett is trying to land thunder on Thunder Gatti upstairs. And he lands it with the right hand.
The best right hand of the fight.
Millett's not exactly hard to hit.
Sometimes your corners, your trainers just don't tell you the extent of the power a guy has. And I think that was left out with Millett. They didn't tell him that Gatti can hurt you with one punch.
Gatti showing some discipline, the kind of fighter he was. Once again, when he gained everybody's attention in his fights against Tracy Patterson.
Big left hook by Gatti, and this time Millett goes forward onto his face.
5, 6, 7.
It wasn't that punch
8.
that did it.
Where are you? Okay, let's go. I'm watching you.
Jimmy Santa asking Millett where he is. Millett says New York City. I think you're absolutely right, George. I don't think Millett anticipated Gatti's power at all.
It was the first few punches of the first round he hasn't recovered from. Referee is really looking good.
And Gatti gets target practice here as Jim Santa watches closely, and the round comes to a close, saving Millett for the moment.
Referee Jimmy Santa calling in a ringside physician.
We there, Doc. We there. You got to move, Trap. You trying to power the man. He's good. You understand what I'm saying? You got that power.
Showing patience and poise as a boxer, still carrying thunder. Arturo Gatti with an opponent who comes to him, and now he will try to close the show.
In round 3 by CompuBox numbers, Gatti landed 28 out of 46 power shots, 61%. Harold, how do you have it scored through 3?
Okay, Jim, 3 rounds to nothing, 30-26 Arturo Gatti. Jim, in the second round, I thought it was close to a 10-8 round when Terron Millett was nearly out, but he came back with a good left hook. In the third round, score a 10-8. But I got to tell you, at the very end of the round, when Terron Millett went into those ropes, Jimmy Santa could have called that a knockdown as well. Only one knockdown so far, so round 3, 10-8.
More big shots from Gatti landing flush on Millett. George Foreman.
This state is aware of the power of Gatti. He's done in some guys in this state, and the referee should be closing in on this is not going to happen again.
They're watching carefully. And even though Gatti's landed big shots toward the end of the last round and here early, it's really the accumulation of punishment that's doing this.
And we've seen what he could do here a couple of years ago.
Probably the best Arturo Gatti has looked since the second of his 2 great fights with Ivan Robinson. Both of those fights were won by Robinson, who frankly outboxed the stronger Gatti.
Gatti's doing some good body punching here too, so it's not like the fight is going to get out of his hand. Mullet's just going to get the worst of this as the minutes go by.
Millett is a tough, determined fighter who is taking some wicked punishment.
And he doesn't seem to have a plan B. I mean, there doesn't seem to be some wrinkle that Millett can bring to this at the moment that will change what's happening in the ring.
You got to hold on. You got to hold on.
Down again.
That could be it.
5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me. Look at me. Matt, where are you?
Well, he still knows he's in Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
But I don't think the referee knows where he is. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah, this is unnecessary at this point. And that will do it. Jim Santa stopping it on what amounts to the third knockdown. And as Harold Letterman pointed out, could easily have been ruled 4 knockdowns. As Arturo Gatti annihilates Terron Millett in his best-looking performance in quite a while.
It's all about boxing this time. The first round, moving around the ring, saving his head.
And throwing more than 30 jabs.
And being in condition, which gives you self-confidence, and finding the weight where he should be at 140. To say nothing of finding an opponent who was ideal for him tonight.
And cut man Joe Souza grabs Gatti and hugs him and says, I can't believe it, you didn't get cut. Souza with a rare night of no work in a Gatti fight. CompuBox numbers in round 4. Arturo Gatti closed the show, landing 23 out of 32 power shots. He can be a factor at 140 if he boxes like that, huh, George?
Especially if there's a lot of mullets around. Mullets.
And here's the first knockdown of Terron Millett here in round number 4.
Backs up with his left hand down. That means hit me with a right hand, please.
And Arturo obliged him. Here's another look at that.
There it goes. Got to tell your fighters, you back up, keep your hands up. There's left hooks, overhand rights, combinations. Gatti is looking like Ray Leonard.
Well, sort of.
Throwing combinations and getting out of the way, not being hit. That's all you can ask of a boxer.
No, it's a brilliant performance for Arturo.
Combinations.
And Terron Millett at age 33 has had some wars. Maybe he's going to be moving on toward other things to do because he's really the kind of guy who sees himself as a championship caliber fighter. I don't think Terron is going to want to stick around.
These were all headshots there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to take a while to recover from those.
Yep.
And the body punches, the foundations were laid in the first 2 rounds.
Now let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official particulars on Gatti's victory.
Referee Jimmy Santa, following the second knockdown in round number 4, calls a halt to the bout. At 2 minutes and 23 seconds of that round, the winner by knockout victory, the ultimate blood and guts warrior from Jersey City, New Jersey, former champion Arturo Gatti.
Final CompuBox numbers will show you statistical dominance by Gatti, landing twice as many, throwing 67 more, landing at a nearly 50% rate, painting Millett with power punches in the last 2 rounds of the fight, and scoring the easy technical knockout victory over Millett. And let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring with Thunder Gatti.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Arturo. Where's the blood?
Thank God there's no blood tonight. I did what I was taught to do. Buddy McGirt told me tonight to box, use my ability to box, and I did, and everything went right.
So not getting hit as much is the best plan as far as your tissue is concerned.
Definitely, I didn't get cut tonight. I hope I learned a good lesson tonight. I won, and I wasn't hurt.
I'm told that Buddy McGirt, the former welterweight title holder, showed you a lot of his own action photos and that you learned from him. What did you learn from him?
Well, I learned that to be calm in the ring, to just think with your head and hit when it's time to hit, not hit just because you was hit. And that's what I learned, to be calm in the ring. And actually in the room, he was very calm, and I was calm myself in the dressing room. So I came into the ring very calm. And after the first round, I almost went on a slugfest, and thank God I didn't, because I kept my composure after the first round, but he told me to relax, and I did, and everything worked out all right.
And is this the weight now that you feel you can be comfortable at and still strong?
Yes, definitely. This is my first time coming down at 140. It's been a long time, and my punching power is back, and on my next fight, I'll be even stronger.
Speaking of your next fight, who would you like to fight now?
I'd like to fight Judge Sims Leija, Micky Ward. It's really up to whoever wants to fight me. I'll fight both of them.
Did this fight revive your career?
Definitely, it revived me. It revived everybody around me, because I have a lot of boxing left in me, and I need a good win. And I found my weight class, 140, and I'm definitely going to win a world title again.
Thank you very much, Arturo.
Thank you.